Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Blair and today we're going to be reviewing the new CC Cream from It Cosmetics, the Camo CC Cream. I've been dying to try this and I've actually had it for a few weeks, but I wanted to wait until I could sit down and film this to try it out because I just wanted to share my thoughts and first impressions with you. So if you're interested in the It Cosmetics CC Cream and my first impressions, please keep watching and let's go ahead and get into the video. Let's go ahead and try this out. I have the shade Light 240W. This comes in 16 shades, I believe, and it's $14. I do wish they had a few more shades in this, kind of similar to the It Cosmetics CC Cream. I feel like they could definitely use a few more shades. Sometimes the It Cosmetics CC Cream can look a little bit orangey on me, like it's too yellowy. I wear the shade Light in that. And I'm wondering if it's going to be the same with this, because I did pump a little bit of this out on my hand yesterday, and it looked a little bit yellowy to me, but we'll just apply it to the face and see what happens. So I'm just going to pin my hair back. All right, so I'm going to take the CC Cream. It even looks, it looks very, very similar to the It Cosmetics, which is kind of funny. Let's try this out. Okay, so I'm just going to use one pump. It definitely is a thicker product, which is also similar to the original CC Cream from It Cosmetics. So let's try this out. This is supposed to be a full coverage, so I do not know how much to apply. I don't want to apply too much. Probably did not need a full pump of this. So I'm going to start out with that. I don't know if that's, we'll just see. I have a good bit left on the back of my hand. I'm going to use this brush from It Cosmetics. It's the e.l.f. is the foundation brush. I just got this recently and I am obsessed with this. I found it randomly on clearance at Ulta and it is such a nice brush. I also do not have my ring light turned on right now. So I'm sitting in front of two windows and just using natural light right now. I may end up turning the ring light on if I feel like it's too dark and you can't see, but I just don't want the brightness to skew how the foundation really looks. Actually, the color, now that I'm blending it on my face, doesn't look bad. I just turned my ring light on because I feel like you couldn't see as well. It's on a really, really dim setting. So here is one layer, not even one full pump of the foundation, and it blended out really easily, really, really easily. In fact, I think this blended easier than the It Cosmetics CC Cream on me. And the color is not bad. It's definitely not a full coverage right now, but it's covered a good bit. And I do agree it's definitely more of a natural finish. I don't think it's dewy, but I don't think it's matte. I think it's just a healthy looking foundation. So first impression is I'm pretty impressed. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit more and add a dot to my cheek area, and then I'm just gonna put the rest on my neck. My neck is always a lot lighter than my face, so I'm just gonna bring a little bit down, make it match a little bit better. This is a pretty full coverage, you guys. You can see, maybe a slight bit of discoloration on my face, but not much at all. They're not lying when they say it's pretty full coverage for sure. Because like you saw, this was one pump and I didn't even use the whole thing. I do think that this color will work better for me in the summertime, but it's not bad right now, but it's definitely a little bit yellowy for me, but it's not bad. I really like it. I have nothing but good things to say so far. I love the finish. I think the coverage is nice. Definitely use it sparingly if you don't want to pull full coverage, because as you can see, it covers really well. It's also not clinging in any areas. Like, I don't think it's magnifying any pores or anything as of right now. I mean, it looks pretty nice. Pretty impressed. And for 14 bucks, I think the It Cosmetics CC Cream is $39.50, I want to say. I'll put it up on the screen, but for less than half the price, based on my first impression, I think it's pretty impressive. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup, and then I'll be back and we'll take another look at this foundation. So I finished the rest of my makeup, and I want to give you guys some more thoughts on this CC Cream. This looks so beautiful. I mean, truly, it really does. If you don't want to spend the money on the It Cosmetics CC Cream, 10 out of 10, you need to try this. I can already tell. I mean, it looks really nice on my skin. However, I will say that it looks makeup-y because it's a fuller coverage. So I'm not surprised by this. I think the same thing every time I wear the It Cosmetics CC Cream. So I think it's going to depend on what you're looking for. If you want something super natural, I don't think you're going to like this. You could try using even less, like half a pump maybe, or maybe even less than half a pump, and probably get a pretty nice finish. But if you're going to do that, you might as well go with a product that is not this full coverage. But it is, in my opinion, exactly what it says, which is a natural, fuller coverage CC Cream. I will also say the color, like I was saying in the earlier clip, is not the best for me. It's fine. Like, once I have the rest of my makeup on, it blends together fine, and I just kind of brought it down my neck. I do think this color, though, is very, very yellow toned. So they do have a neutral one that's a light shade as well. I think it's 210 neutral maybe. The 210, I think it's 210 neutral, looked a little bit pinky to me, which is exactly the issue I've always had with the Cosmetics CC Cream. I feel like the shades are either very pink or very yellow. There's not much in between, and I think the case is probably going to be the same with this one. So if you have a shade that works for you, that's great. You may have trouble, though, finding an exact match just based on me looking at the swatches online, but it does look beautiful. If you want a fuller coverage with SPF, a natural finish, I think this is stunning. e.l.f. continues to impress me. I very rarely try a product from e.l.f. that I'm disappointed by. I love their stuff. I know this is one of their more expensive products at $14. I do, based on this first application, think it's worth for $14 for sure. I don't go for a full coverage on a daily basis, but there are times when I do want a fuller coverage, and I would absolutely pull this out. I also think this might be really nice mixed in with something. So if you have a product that's a lot lighter coverage that you like, but sometimes you want a little more coverage out of it, I wonder how mixing in a little bit of this would be, because the finish is so pretty. I really, really like it for the days when I want a fuller coverage. I did set this with just a little bit of, where is it? My Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder. I typically use that when I try new foundations because I know I like it and I know it works well for me. I didn't use a ton, but I did set my face with this and my under eyes as well, and I love it. So far, very, very impressed, but I do think it's going to depend on the coverage level, what kind of makeup you're going for. If you're going for a no makeup, this is not going to be it for you. But if you are someone that has a good bit of discoloration on your face that you like to cover up, often or on a daily basis, I think this is a really nice option for the drugstore. Those are my thoughts as of right now. I am gonna wear this throughout the day, and I'll come back at least one more time, maybe twice, and do some check-ins with you. I am gonna do an at-home workout in a little bit, so we'll see how it looks after I've been sweating quite a bit, so that should be interesting. But I'll see you guys in a few hours. I'm back. It's been about 4 hours since I filmed the first clip, and I wanted to show you what the CC Cream is looking like. And just to keep this very short and to the point, it looks really good. I did, like I mentioned earlier, I did do an at-home workout, and I did sweat a decent amount, and it still looks really nice. I have not left the house today, so I've not had a mask on or anything, but this CC Cream still looks really good. Honestly, it really has not changed, and I noticed no difference at all from 4 hours ago. Maybe slightly shinier, like around my nose area right here and my chin, but I could just use some powder and fix that pretty easily. Other than that, I'm not seeing anything unusual at all. It looks really nice. Honestly, I think this is a really fantastic product from e.l.f. And I know this is just the first time I've worn it, but I'm very, very, very impressed with this. I think 100% worth $14. The only thing I would say is that it is definitely a thicker, fuller coverage product. So if you know that you are not someone that likes a lot of coverage and you want something thin and lightweight feeling on your skin, I don't think you're gonna love this unless you mix it with something else. I have not done that yet, but I do plan to try and mix this in with something a little bit lighter weight and with less coverage to see how that works, because I feel like this might be really nice to mix in with a tinted moisturizer or just your daily moisturizer. If you want something super light and not a lot of coverage at all, I think that might be a really great way to use this product as well. But honestly, that's my only critique with it, and the shade range. I do think not everyone's going to be able to find their perfect shade with this. This is not my perfect shade. It's fine, but it's definitely a little bit off for me. But I can make it work for sure. So I do wish they had a few more shades, but I think it's a beautiful product. I love the finish. It is wearing beautifully so far. I'm going to try to come back one more time later tonight before I take my makeup off, and we'll look at it one more time. But I'm very much impressed with this. I don't have anything negative to say about it, to be honest. It just depends on your personal preferences and what you're looking for. But for me, this is something I will continue to use, and I'm very impressed so far. So I'll see you guys in a few hours, and we'll do one final check-in. All right, so it is the end of the day. It is almost 8 o'clock. It's 7:45. And I wanted to do one last check-in. This foundation has been on for 8 hours. I haven't touched up my face or done anything since earlier today when I applied this, so no powder or anything, and it still looks really good. I do think it looks slightly shinier than it looked a few hours ago, which makes sense. I haven't put anything on top since this morning, so I'm not surprised by that. But you can see my face definitely has a good bit of shine to it, which I don't personally mind, but if you did, you could just add a little bit of powder. It has not worn off, you guys. I mean, it looks really good. It does look, I think, kind of coming from the dewiness that's coming through, it does make it look a little bit heavy on your skin, which is not that unusual for something this full coverage, but I really think you could fix a lot of that with just going over your face with a light translucent powder. So I'm very impressed by this, you guys. I think this is a really great drugstore product, if not one of the best drugstore foundations I've tried. I know it is on the more expensive side for e.l.f. especially, but to me, totally worth trying for $14. If you can get your hands on a shade that matches you, I think this is definitely worth looking into. I definitely prefer this over the It Cosmetics CC Cream. Another thing I did want to mention that I don't think I mentioned earlier, but the It Cosmetics CC Cream, if you've used that before, you'll know that it has a very strong scent. Like, it's kind of off-putting when you first start using it. After you've used it for a little while, you don't notice it as much, but this has no smell. No smell. It has SPF, it has good skin ingredients, it gives great coverage. I really don't have anything bad to say about this, unless you're someone that does not like a complexion product to look heavy on your skin, because I do think because this is so thick, it can have a tendency to look a little bit heavy on your face. If that bothers you, you probably won't like this, but anyone else, I think you should check this out. I got mine at Target, but I know you can get it on Ulta's website and e.l.f.com as well, and I'm very impressed. I will definitely continue to use this. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I hope you'll subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Also, make sure to go follow me on Instagram at the same username, simply.blair. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Remember, simply be you. Bye.